Are we live? Are we here?
Bro, what happened to your face, bro?
I got into a fight with a piranhatron on the way here.
Right? Does he? Does he like Nelly a little bit with the band-aid on?
That's exactly what I said.
You going down, baby, up in the road.
I'm telling you, man. I was rushing home and I ran into some piranhatron. This is exactly what happened.
Okay, we feel you. But what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? This evening. Oh, I see 20 people here. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a big start for this stream. Normally for me, but thank you everybody for showing up. Happy TJ Day, everybody. I hope you're celebrating this day very, very well. As you can tell, I'm not alone. I have a lot of important guests, so we can go off and start off with the guest host first. So first off, let's talk about Rollover Queen. Rollover Queen, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Happy to be here. Happy to see you fellas again, and of course, I'm happy to have Selwyn here. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. And yeah, let's have some fun tonight, man. TJ Day. Woo!
Let's do it. All right. Thank you, Ro. Next, we have Sentai 5.
How's it going, everybody? Glad to be here. We had Selwyn on our podcast, Legion of Boom podcast, 2 years ago now. So it's good to do this face to face now. And hope everybody had a good holiday season too.
I hope so as well. But last but not least, this man needs no introduction, but we will give him an introduction. So what we have here is that we have the first black leader of the Power Rangers. He served as the Red Turbo Ranger. He served as the Blue Space Ranger. We have the man who just looks glorious and beautiful each and every year. We have here TJ Johnson, but we also known as Selwyn Ward. Selwyn, thank you for showing up.
Yes, sir, Mr. I appreciate you guys. I just want the folks watching to know, these three guys are the ones that coined TJ Day, and I'm just, really honored that my character has such an effect that you guys would dedicate a day, although right after Christmas, which is a tough guys, I appreciate being able to hang out with you guys and interact.
Well, thank you. I'm just happy that you showed up. Thank you for you just being here, just being able to just say that you want to join us. So I really do appreciate that so much.
Yeah, we're gonna make this thing get bigger and bigger. See,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Go.
I think we gotta get it going. So
we're definitely definitely make sure it's gonna get bigger and better and just grander each and every year. So this is just the first step. So we're going to keep on making sure that everything goes through.
Yes, sir.
All right. So pretty much for this stream, we have a lot of people here. I know a lot of people might have questions for you, but we're going to hold off up until the very, very end. So, but we're just going to give people like a decent conversation, just making sure that we have some fun, because I know that you've been doing the convention scene this whole year and want to make sure this is relaxed, cool, just a free form, and just feel comfortable with us. If he make you feel nervous, just let us know too. What's so funny about that?
It's just the way you said it.
Okay. All right then. So 5, you want to start off with something?
Selwyn, how you been?
I've been good. Actually, this year has been a big year for me, con-wise. It's probably the most cons I've ever done in a year. I want to say I'm probably like maybe 6 or 7 cons. So and I've been enjoying it, to again get out maybe as much next year. But it's been a lot of fun. I haven't been on the con circuit that haven't been stable. But it's nice to get out a little bit more.
What's your favorite place you've been to so far this year?
It's interesting, but I might have to say the Detroit Comic-Con.
Nice.
It was a surprising like big show that I didn't really expect. I think they had over like 20 or 40,000 people. I know that's a big difference, one or the other, but it was huge. I didn't realize how big it was, and I'm from Michigan, so the whole coming home, and I ain't been home in a while. It was kind of real, man. and it was a great schedule too. Like, we had a lot of time just to explore. Like downtown Detroit, the Renaissance Center, which I'd seen before and even had dinner at, but I never really stayed at it and kind of spent time in it. But it was really cool. So I think it's a bit sentimental, and you know, they took really good care of us all.
That's good. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's really good because like you did say, like this has been a big con year for you because a lot of cons have been shut down for the past like 3 years. So and just seeing that resurgence and just seeing all the fans come back and being able to see all my friends again and meeting my friends for the first time and also seeing Selwyn again at a con was just very, very enlightening. I really did enjoy meeting you again, Selwyn, at Atlanta, and that was pretty fun.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, and I never know it's gonna pop up half the time. Like I might get a text and see, oh shoot, and see you. Oh, I'm on my way. I'm gonna try to get down there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Pop up.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure. I want to give you a shout out too on that sweatshirt. I think you should show us that shirt.
I didn't even notice it. Hold on.
I didn't even see that.
It's clean.
Hey, shout out to Ryuki Yari.
He
he made the design, so I had to make sure I get red turbo, red, blue, blue in space. And then I also have a tank top as well with a red turbo because I live in Florida and everything hot, so I got to wear a tank top. So definitely had to do that.
Yeah, no, I like that shirt. I got that too. I have a couple. I debuted it this year too. I wore the red one on the cons, but yeah, no, that's very cool. So hopefully get that out. Go get you one. Go get you a TJT for next.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do you
Make sure you rock it with the turbo warfare too?
Wow, you all in the day. I like it.
I had to. I had to. We gotta celebrate you. We had to. I gotta celebrate.
Yeah, let's go.
I gotta take out my my astromorpher now.
It's always
get it.
arm's reach.
Oh man.
Right. While Five is doing that, Ro, do you have anything for Selwyn right now?
Yeah, man. Oh, well, of course, happy to have you. And also, I know you've been saying you're doing a bunch of cons. So, I have an interesting question. So, do you prefer like the bigger cons, like San Diego, New York, or do you like kind of like the smaller tier ones? Because I know it may be a different experience, depending on where and who's running it.
Yes, sir. Like I said, Detroit was a big one because it was so big, and then coming home, I would have to say I've done San Diego. The issue with it, if there is an issue, is this it's so huge. People see you, but they have no idea where you're at because that thing is a monster, and it bleeds out into the streets. It's like you don't even need the ticket to go in. You can have as much fun just standing right outside of it because it's so big. So the last time I did it, it was I think it was right after Mega Force when we had just did that match
war
of Saban. So we had like a nice little green room and we were just kind of hanging out most of the time. And then we went down and had some floor time. But again, people didn't really know where we were, when we were, unless they were just happened to walk by. So I have to say definitely the smaller cons. It's intimate. You get to know the promoters. With them, you really get to know them on a personal level because a lot of them, Ranger Station is one. I was just in Richmond, Virginia, Fanboys, and it's like a mom and pop store. It's like almost at like a major food chain versus like this, around the around the corner mom and pop shop. The food's always better. They put a lot more bigger. You know what I'm saying? So. Or these smaller cons probably stand out because they just take good care of you. It's like visiting. It's like you're you're their guest in their house.
Oh, okay.
Most definitely. And then, to see these little towns too is kind of cool, to kind of explore and be kind of not right in the middle of a big city, smaller towns. So that's kind of cool too.
Okay.
That's cool. Do you have your own? We
had a little bit of a connection issue. Everybody good on your end?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Everything's
good, bro.
Why are we not coming up on your end?
Okay, everything was slow for me, so I had to make sure.
I know we good over here, bro.
I can hear y'all clearly now.
We can hear you too.
Uh-oh, now you froze.
Making sure.
Oh, yeah, Vaughn, you're lagging.
All right, so fine, continue. I'm sorry.
What?
No, you had a question.
What happened?
I think you had a question, 5.
Oh. Did Hasbro send you a Lightning Collection figure?
Hell no.
Oh my god.
I mean, I gave him a shout out. I'm like, hook a brother up, but you know.
Oh man, disrespectful.
I was gonna say, you know, we got the best fans. I always say it, but you know, I've gotten a couple from fans that, you know, or I've been at a shop and there's a vendor that has a couple dolls. So the ones I've received actually I've given. So I have a couple that I do have on.
You know, they had Justin Nemo unboxing his own Lightning figure. They should start doing that with more Power Ranger actors.
What? How Hasbro did?
Yeah, they sent him his Lightning Collection figure. It comes with his glider cycle.
See how they treat us? And see how they do us? That's exactly why. See? You know what I'm saying? I gotta go outside the egg. They sending this dude.
I mean, they also had Russell Curry unbox his, but he was like the current Red Ranger at the time. And then like the next time they did it was Justin Nemo. I'm like, why don't they do that with more actors? Because they're always around, like ready to do it.
Well, I just saw today. I just happened to be perusing, you know, Happy TJ Day tags. One guy said Turbo's coming next year. So that could be an opportunity. Gosh. If they throw we'll see.
I mean, now we can start making noise. Like, hey, you better send one to Selwyn Ward.
It better. Hopefully, they make a lightning cruise.
Yes.
Let's go. So we'll see.
We need to pull that out.
I have it. I came prepared. I got both. I got my TJ collection.
Oh baby, yeah.
I got Mega V3 missile somewhere in there, but it's like I can't get it out right now.
All right. What you got there, Ravon? What you got?
I guess we're showing our collections now.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's go.
It's supposed to be 3 TJs, Vaughn.
Right?
The third one is displayed right now. So yeah. So pretty much when I had a hashtag on them on Twitter called 3 TJs. So I pretty much have like 3 copies of you as for right now, Blue. Because I have one I want to display right now. I have another one just in case I want to if it get messed up. But I also have one that needs to be autographed. So whenever I see you again, it will be autographed.
You didn't have it when I saw you.
It wasn't out yet.
Oh, okay.
There's a production error on it too on the Galaxy Glider.
What? Well, not this one. I had to make sure it was perfect.
On the like the first releases, they had the X on it instead of like the V. Whatever.
Oh, trust me, I had to go to different Targets to make sure I find the perfect TJ. When I'm a big TJ fan, I need the perfect TJ figure.
No imperfections on yours.
No, none whatsoever. And then also, I got this from Ranger Stop Orlando like a month ago too, just like a random box with red turbo, just in case.
Oh, just the box, nothing in it.
Not just the box.
Okay. All right. What's that, like a pre? What do you call that? Like a little bit of a preview?
Yeah, just a small preview because they started doing with Lightning Collection, not having it's like no plastic on this pack. It's like plastic free, so it won't show the figure. But I want to make sure I show off the figure.
Nice. I don't think.
Yeah, I needed it. Speaking of which, I know that you mentioned about like Mega Force when you came over for Legendary Battle. One question we do want to bring up is about JDF. Nothing. We just gonna pretty much talk about like moments that you had with him, your favorite moments of him, just to show like a little bit of tribute because RIP Jason David Frank, we do miss you. If you didn't know, he did pass away in November. But Selwyn, did you have like a favorite moment hanging out with JDF, or just a favorite JDF moment overall?
Yeah, I think one thing about Turbo when they did transition to Power, I think of all the Rangers, he was the Ranger that was ready to go at that time. You know, kind of wanting to move on and do other things, and the rest of the Rangers were a little bit more sad. But I think overall, the reason they did transition out is because he was ready to go, and that was like the next move. So he was very cool. The other Rangers, Tracy always talks about she could feel a little bit. There's a little tension, but he was all cool. Another fun fact about me and him was every time I came back with him in any, Mega Force, Ninja Steel, anytime we ever came back, we always shared a trailer, which is it's really a random thing because we didn't really ask for it, but they would always put us together. But yeah, it was always very cool.
You two are the goats, that's why.
Yeah, and I would say, we didn't talk a whole lot, to be honest. Wasn't aware of the things that were going on with them and whatnot, but some of the other the actors that were closer to him kind of had an idea of what was. For me, it was a total shock, a big hit to all the Ranger fandom. But I guess just meeting him on set when we did the transfer, because of course I knew who he was. So meet him. And then the first, I hope I don't get in trouble for this story, but when
let's go.
We left and all the prop people were like, that's what happened. But the last day is on literally done. I think I'm coming from shooting and he's on his way out, but he's literally like buttoning up his jacket, and I can see under his jacket that he has his full Ranger, his full stamp. Right? Oh, man. And he was like, and then he like jetted.
He shifted the turbo.
He really did.
Pretty known to kind of like take things here and there from set. He knew how valuable that stuff could be with fandom and stuff. So yeah, he was a jokester. So that was probably one of my most memorable moments.
Oh man, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But it's so to the T of JDF overall, because you can see him do it.
And of course, I never said anything literally till now. So yeah.
I mean, it's cool that you guys like share the same trailer, because I think we mentioned it to you the last time when we spoke. Like, we have a strong theory that every single in the TV show continuity, we say every single time, whenever it's time for the Rangers to come back, you are the first person that Tommy calls. So it's cool that like it wasn't even planned. You guys just end up sharing the same trailer, man. It's cool. Funny how that all works out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he was the guys that came back too, but they'd always put us together, which is great. It's fine. I get to have some FaceTime with them that we don't typically have, so it was good.
Yeah, cause we always consider TJ to be the successor of Tommy. So you are pretty much, we consider that character to be pretty much the next in line after, if Tommy is in trouble, you're the first person, you like the go-to person to be able to need for help. So we do our headcanons a little bit just to make sure.
Yeah. Exactly. You watching any shows lately, Selwyn?
The new one?
No, just like TV shows in general.
Let me think. What have I watched most recently? I mean, I started to watch the Tuesday or Friday.
Wednesday. not Friday. Not with Ice Cube. No.
So I watched that a little bit, a couple episodes. I'm trying to think. I haven't really been into. I think I was late to the Peaky Blinders. I watched that.
Oh, yes.
That's like one of Ro's favorite shows.
Favorites.
Yeah,
awesome,
and then
show.
I was a little late to the Sopranos too, and I kind of went through that too.
Sopranos is a classic.
Yeah, man. How about you?
Lately, I honestly, I think House of Dragon was like the last thing I watched as it aired, and I didn't like how Game of Thrones ended, so it kind of like I had like this little predetermined like hate for the show. And then I was like, after like the first like 2 episodes, I was like, damn, I really hate that I like this now. And there's a show on Netflix. What's that?
No, go ahead.
There's a show on Netflix also, Alice in Borderland. It's in the second season.
Yes.
It's a Japanese show, and it's sick. It's like Squid Game basically, but like, I don't know, like a little bit more like crazier.
I'll check it out. I was gonna say there's also a little Japanese anime random that I started watching the first few episodes. It's like my uncle, the alien, or my uncle from another world. It's about a Japanese guy that's in a coma for like 16 years, but he comes back with powers, and he's been like video game for 16 years while he's in this coma, but he's able to bring all these powers to
sounds pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds random. I need to watch that.
No, and about it, there's a lot of like, he's in love with Saturn, Sega Genesis, and he's so that is no longer around, and he's so stuck on the game. So it's really some kind of geekiness too, which is hilarious, and it's got some of the humor from like One Punch Man in it. And I like One Punch Man, so it's got some kind of drama.
One Punch Man.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
Okay.
Oh man. Someone knows his anime. It's good.
Yeah.
It's anime.
People are asking me. I'm surprised Vaughn hasn't asked him an Ultraman question. I'm not going to ask him an Ultraman question. Don't worry about that, please.
Oh, I do have a question though, because we did not ask this when we spoke last time. Yo, how did you end up on the Blackstreet video, man?
Yes, we actually need to find out.
I literally post screen caps about it again.
So of course that was before the Rangers. So literally, I'll tell you, I really lucked up to be honest. I used to do a lot of background work, and I was literally doing background work on music videos. So there are some videos back in that time frame that was on. Another one that you guys might check out is what is the name of it? I can't think of it. Oh, never mind. I'll come back to that. But there's a couple in that time frame that I was in. So anyway, background actor, you get like $75 for like 8 hours. It was like horrible pay, but you're getting on camera, trying to get in the biz, that sort of thing. So more or less what happened was we did this shoot. I ended up being what they call featured. So you get a little bit more airtime. So I got double the pay. I got $150. And so, but where I got lucky is that it ends up being an iconic monster song of the summer. What's funny too is my cousins saw the video because they're playing it all summer, and they were just like, "Oh my God, you're done! You're paid off of this video." I'm like, dude, I got $150. Like, so yeah, that was just some random background work, and kind of got lucky, and it was a really good song. So yeah, man, I was kind of lucky to get that little spot on such a great song.
Did the Blackstreet video get you the audition for Power Rangers?
Not at all. No, I don't.
Just a coincidence.
Stuff. It wasn't. You couldn't really connect people because there's no credits or nothing like that. It ain't like that.
Oh, okay.
I got you. So it wasn't so fluid like it is now, where I could, send an email and they got all my stuff in front of them. But no, that was literally just, also kind of timing. And I had just gotten kind of still fresh in town and fresh face, and kind of timing. And one thing they say with actors, because I was a commercial actor at that time, you're just kind of looking nice. Normally you got, music or people are talking over you. That particular one, they always say, try to stay with your agents. Try to go in weekly, take them, say hello. And so literally I was doing that. So one day I did go in to talk to my agent, and then the theatrical agent saw me. He's like, who's this kid? They're looking for an African-American, teenager for the Power Rangers. And he was like, give me and kind of history. So another just kind of time.
Wow. Okay. That's cool.
That was really cool. Because just hearing how you got the story, just being in a music video, because I did not know that there was a music video for Don't Leave Me until Ro told me, and then Ro showed out that you were in it. So
he was like looking down all sad.
That's right.
Looking up at the sky.
And also looking up at the sky too. It's like in our friend group, we use those pictures a lot, like just like talking
and stuff.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. It took me like the 4th or 5th time watching Turbo, and then I don't know how I ended up on the Blackstreet video. Like right after, I was like, I know that face. Oh my God, guys, it's TJ.
Yes.
Oh man, that's just oh my. I'm thinking about the videos too. I just recorded this morning.
Oh yeah.
You gonna roll tape, take a look at it or what?
Oh, you want to see it?
You gotta send it to him. You gotta send the link.
Did you screen share?
No, he said, yeah, I can share my screen.
All right, let's see.
God. All right, hold on. Hold on, let me find it first. And the funny thing about it too, because normally in our group, we normally do like good morning posts. So I had to find out what good morning posts I had to do for TJ Day. But normally I do Blackstreet on TJ Day, but I didn't know how I want to do it. So okay, I have it up.
Let's go.
Yeah, let me go ahead and share the screen. All right, and present. Share screen. There we go. All right, y'all see it?
Yep.
It looks so bad just going back and looking back at it. But hold on. Let me go ahead and play it.
I don't remember this from the video.
Wait, can y'all hear it?
Low. I can hear it's kind of low, but I can hear
you gotta put the volume.
I got you. Hold on. Let me try a little bit. Actually, better yet, let's keep it low. I don't want Blackstreet coming after me.
What? Yeah.
Get it, Vaughn.
Yeah.
Happy TJ Day, everybody.
Why is that clear?
Let's celebrate.
This is gold. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, okay. Calm down. I'm good now.
Well done.
Thank you. Ooh, bro, you got a question in the chat saying, tell Selwyn how you made everyone in the house watch Power Rangers and force us to love it. Tell me that.
Oh yeah, by the way, that's my sister. Hi, she's in Rome. Hi sis. Yeah.
She's in Rome?
Yeah, she's in Rome.
Wow.
Well, congratulations.
So every Saturday morning or every day after school, it was my time. 4:30, right when Power Rangers came on, and every Saturday morning we tried to share the TV time. No, it wasn't happening. That was my time to watch Power Rangers, and the family got involved, man. I'm talking sister, cousins, mom, and yeah, we all just fell in love with the show, the franchise, especially when you came around. So yeah, I'm sorry, I had to watch Power Rangers. I had to see TJ, do his thing. So there was no democracy over there. It was Power Rangers time, TJ time, and yeah, that's what my sister remembers the most.
And you got the whole family hooked.
Got the whole family hooked.
All right. Nice. And hi, sis in Rome.
Miss you, sis.
Yes. So what's she doing? She in the service or?
Nah, she's going to school out there.
This is another one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You're doing a semester out there or like a whole year?
A whole year.
Whole year. Nice.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to go around the crew real quick, and I want y'all to tell me maybe one of your favorite moments.
Easy.
So we'll start with Sentai 5.
All right. The Parts and Parcel episode is one of my favorites.
Okay, Vulcan Skull. Let's go.
Yeah, because they were accused of stealing all these like missing packages and stuff, and I think TJ was like doing his homework or something at the youth center. And he just overheard them like getting like in trouble and stuff. And he's like, I'm gonna go help them out. And I remember I was like, wait, I don't think TJ really knows Bulk and Skull. They don't really interact that much, so this is like really out of his way. And like you guys are doing the stakeout and everything. You're wearing the little hat, yeah. You guys are hiding. You told them to hide in the crates and stuff while you have to like go fight out the garage. And then like by the end, the police come to like arrest them and everything. And then you and the Rangers show up morphed, and then they're like, "Nah, Bulk and Skull like helped, solve the case and everything. They're innocent." And then the Rangers brought back like what's left of like the stolen parts. And then you come back unmorphed, and then Bulk's like, "Your friend TJ's A-okay in my book." It just showed how genuine and like good-hearted TJ really, really is as a Power Ranger and just as a character. So yeah, my favorite moments.
Nice.
And also an honorable mention is when you fought on top of the Turbo Megazord.
Yes.
Take back control.
Yes.
That whole arc was really good too.
Favorite two-parter.
Good story. Phantom Ranger.
Definitely favorite one.
Really standout moment right there. Oh yeah, that's it for me.
Maybe we'll move up to Roller. You have to tell me what that means too. How'd you come up with Rollover Queen?
So my favorite comic book hero is Green Arrow, and his name is Oliver Queen.
Okay.
So I just went and I just put the R in front of it.
Got it. Okay.
Made Rollover Queen.
Okay.
My favorite TJ moment. Well, I got two. The first one is when you came out of I think it's the Lightning Cruiser with Tim's on. That was a golden moment, man. Go the first Red Ranger or his first Ranger ever to have Tim's underneath the suit. It's impossible, but you made it happen, and I love that. The second is when you took down Gold Goyle. It was like the season finale. He just finished destroying both the Megazords, and it's just you and that tiny Lightning Cruiser, and y'all made it happen. I think you shot a torpedo in his mouth, and boom. That was amazing because that shouldn't be possible, man. But it happened. Yeah, and honestly, that whole entire episode, because you guys were up against some incredible odds. Divatox is storming the power chamber. Y'all got no help, and y'all stood tall. You held down the fort, and that's a moment. Those are some episodes I will always stick by. Whenever I do a Turbo rewatch, that's like, if I do the condensed version, I have when you first came in, the Phantom Ranger saga, and then the last two episodes of Turbo. And yeah, those are just amazing show of leadership, amazing show for, care. You're always down for the homies, and I appreciate that so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's funny you mentioned that, Ro, with the Tims, because I want to thank you, Selwyn, for representing New Yorkers with the Tims. I'm New York, so it feels nice to be represented. Thank you.
Wait, actually, can we talk about that? How did that happen, man?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I was like, New Yorkers, I gotta have Tim's on. No, actually, they were probably, I'm trying to remember. I wonder if they were really Tim's or if they were like a knockoff. Wardrobe. It may have been like Timberlands, but
Timberlands.
but literally, we were just going. I didn't ask specifically for it, but Wardrobe usually hooks us up, and we were doing it. I remember that was like I think I was just pulling into like a campsite because we were. Yeah, but I think you had to give Wardrobe on that one. I think they just what would a Black Red Ranger wear camping? I guess it's Tim's.
And it worked. It worked.
Right.
That's like one of the number one photos that gets thrown around on Twitter. Like the moment you see TJ, like at least the first or second photo, it's that one when you're just coming out. You more
my TJ
first two seasons.
Oh
right,
man.
Ravon, you're up.
Okay, well, I guess I'm back because I was having a lot of Wi-Fi issues for some reason.
Okay.
But I think I mentioned this before, but I know it looked like I was, but I was having like things happen. Yeah. But we should be good now. You heard my roommate?
Yeah, he was yelling in the background. It's all right.
Of course he was. But let's go ahead and mention my favorite episode of TJ. Normally I do say passing the torch, but my all-time favorite TJ episode will have to be what was the baseball one? Was it the batting cages? The batting cage?
I think with the curve.
The curveball. Yeah. So that's my favorite one, especially since cause I remember you mentioned before that you were actually skilled in baseball, correct? Like you were in baseball already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, and that was pretty my favorite one because you said like you had a coach, like like somebody that was that actually helped recruit baseball players, and you were trying, and they said like you should be good at it. So, but I did like the episode because mainly since you took that time just to learn how to deal with that bully's curveball, because you gave it a chance, even though that you wanted to do it. Like the bully, the dude was mean. He was a really mean dude. Well, what was his name again? If I remember the bully's name from the curveball.
I don't remember the bully's name.
I can't remember his name either.
I definitely don't remember the bully's name.
So long ago.
I know, but I probably pretty much say like that was my favorite episode of yours. But there's a lot of them, especially when it comes to In Space. Everybody remembers the plan when TJ made all the team become Blue Rangers. That's pretty much an important one, but definitely person for me will be the curveball.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, piggybacking off of that is there's some similarity with TJ in both of those issues where he had a trouble with this curveball. He didn't give up, but he went and studied and worked on it. And the same with Psychos. He was like, we're getting butts kicked. He goes to watching videos. You know what I mean? He likes to dig in, like, okay, there's a problem. We got to figure it out. So I just kind of made the connection right now.
The science.
Yeah, those two are very similar, reactions to that you think it might be impossible, but study, figure it out. That's a good choice.
Carl just said his name is Heath.
Oh, Heath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Heath. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Carl. Thank you, Carl.
Yeah.
Heathcliff.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about that the In Space episode, because I don't know if it was a rumor or whatever, but I don't know if you were gonna transfer over to playing Red in Space, but I am happy that you ended up playing Blue, especially for that episode, because I think it lined up perfectly with your Sentai counterpart episode. So it worked perfectly. It was a good way to, link up the Sentai. I know. So it was a good way to boost your stock as well. It's like, we get to show how much of, a awesome dude TJ is and how strategic he is. So I think it's even better that you became Blue. And I just said this in the last video that I put out, celebrating TJ there, that you turning Blue was not a demotion at all. If anything, you were still, Andros was still the leader, but let's be honest, you were the leader for real. Like you were for real leader, because it was mostly your team.
Indeed. Yeah.
Actually, Ro, that brings up a good question, because Psycho, that we got friend of the channel, Psycho did you prefer you being Red Turbo, or did you prefer being Blue Space?
I get that a lot, and I usually go with Turbo again for more sentimental, just because Turbo was my first experience being a Ranger, just the newness and, in awe of the whole experience. So I kind of go with Turbo, and I kind of liked the old campiness, kind of the old Zeo style where it's still kind of campy. You still got the Bulk and Skull comedy.
Yeah.
Pets are rough, a little gritty. Face it's real clean and it's kind of different, but I kind of I'm like an old school like kung fu theater when their mouths don't quite line up.
Oh yeah.
That I still like it's like, oh, we know it's not real, but there's something that's kind of still cool about it. So Turbo that for me too. I kind of like the kind of more gritty raw Turbo, kind of lower quality, even a little bit better for whatever reason. But yeah, so I would probably go with Turbo. And I also want to mention one thing. So when I don't get the questions until I start doing the cons, and I never really thought a whole lot about, turning blue. I mean, we did at the time, and I think I've said it before. They kind of talked to me about it and said, the Red Ranger's going to be, off chasing his sister. You're going to still be more or less the leader of the Earth Ranger. So that's kind of how it was explained to me. But in fandom, I got a lot of flack, and they're like, you lost the power chamber.
I never liked that. I've been in the online fandom for like almost 20 years, and for many, many years they gave you a lot of flack. It was uncalled for too. It wasn't fair.
And you want to know Hey, though, looking back at like the show in general, I noticed with Steve Cardenas when he went to Blue, they made a real issue with his character. Like his character's like, what happened to me? Like he's having mental issues about the demotion, right?
Right.
I noticed with TJ, he was like, yo, whatever, let's Blue, still in the game, let's roll. So I think it's a character thing too. That's about it. But I think since historically maybe there was a Red Ranger that went blue and it was a big issue in a demotion, that the fandom's like, oh, here's another Red Ranger that got demoted. But I think with TJ, he's just happy. He's like, look, let's chase these fools into space. If I got to turn blue, red, or green, let's get them. You know what I mean? So I think that came full circle when I kind of understood Cardenas went through a little bit. That's where all this kind of flack comes from, you know? So anyway, that was kind of like a more recent development. Figured that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like TJ like was just happy that he was a Ranger again. You know, after they all lost the turbo powers and we're stuck in space.
Right, we're still in the game, baby.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
No, and I like the way that Turbo ended because I feel like recent seasons the season finales don't really hit the same. Like the stakes aren't that high. So whenever I do like a ranking of season finales, Turbo is at least in that top 1 percentile because that was so explosive. Like I remember watching that as a kid. I was like, "What do you mean to be continued in Power Rangers in space? You mean I gotta wait?"
I was on the edge of my seat. I was like 4 years old. I was like, "What? How are they gonna end it like that?" Because I never really, I was too young to witness like how MMPR ended with kind of the same way, like cliffhanger and everything. But like this was like my first like really big Power Rangers cliffhanger into the next season, so it was nuts.
Uh-oh,
so, yeah.
Fun.
Oh, we lost Vaughn.
Oh, why?
Shoot, I thought he was hosting. I thought the whole thing would go black.
Is this still like?
It's still going.
Oh, okay, good.
I think I used this also. He could just pop right back in and he'll be fine.
Oh, perfect. All right, good.
Oh, there he is.
I'm back. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened.
Oh,
it's that Florida internet.
I have a good question for Selwyn. Well, I'll follow. It's actually 2. So, how was it being in the same room in the same episode as at the time 9 other Red Rangers?
Oh yeah,
because that's a lot of ego. That's a lot of character. So, like, how was that for you?
It was a lot of fun, honestly. I think for me, one big thing, I'd already met Jason because at Austin at that time, kind of like, off the grid. He'd been off the grid for a while. I think he was a Ranger or he was, off being a lumberjack or something, but he was kind of like this obscure mystery man. So it was actually nice to meet him and see him because, of course, I've seen the original more from, so it's cool. So I was kind of happy to meet him. The rest of them, I kind of met then. I wasn't as familiar with, except, Wild Force worked with him. But what I will say, it was almost like a fraternity, like fraternity brothers. It wasn't the one-upness that you might think would happen on something like that, but it was a lot of testosterone.
Of course.
It was definitely more like a fraternity. I mean, I think we all just really got along and had fun with it, really. I think we all, and usually whenever we do any, like, whenever I come back and cameo, it's generally like that. Like, it really is, like, especially for the Legendary Rangers, it's like a reunion and we have a lot of fun. Sometimes the newer cast can be a little skittish, because there's so many of us. But usually it's always a lot of fun and it's almost like a family reunion every time.
That's good.
And I was gonna follow that up by saying, which one has been your favorite union so far, excluding Forever Red, because I feel like Forever Red is a cheat code. So, which one?
That's a tough one. I guess it'd be between Ninja Steel and Megaforce. Megaforce was kind of crazy. Well, let me think though. I might go with Megaforce only because I had a little bit more, what's the word? I was involved a bit more as a kid.
Yeah, you were the Cassie saved the elevator.
Yeah, I was a bit more involved in that. The only reason, I enjoy them all. Going to New Zealand is inspecting in and of it. I love
That's good.
I
I liked when you guys came back for Lost Galaxy when the Psycho Rangers came back. Because that was like, it was actually very important.
Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to make sure.
So,
think Vaughn.
Vaughn, you
Good
good?
over there, Vaughn?
Oh, he can't hear us.
Uh-oh. He switched over to that cheaper Wi-Fi service. See?
Yeah, right. At the worst time.
But yeah, I really like that the Lost Galaxy team up because it was like a huge like turning point for the season because the Pink Ranger died.
Yeah.
And I know Patricia was originally supposed to take her place, but then all the behind the scenes stuff happened and stuff. So they got Melody to return as Corone.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like, and also the Psycho Rangers are like my favorite villains also for Power Rangers. So it was great to see them back.
Yeah, they were a beast for sure. They were kicking our butts.
Don't make them like they used to anymore.
Right?
Oh, no, they don't. No, they don't.
They had the Rangers on their toes all the time.
Man, they were getting us. I heard fight as much anymore either. I heard like the real time fights. Is that true?
Only if the story calls for it, apparently. Yeah. I'm not throwing shade either. It's just that was the worst from the producer himself. So because like they have to they got to keep both units. It's something about keeping both units working. So if like they're doing like a fight scene one day, they have to like do comedy scenes with the other unit. So they have to like make it make sense, make it work, and all that stuff. But, yeah. I don't know how it was done. I don't know how it was done back like when you guys were doing it like that. I don't know if it's anything similar like that.
Well, it was always a recipe. You know, we'd kind of fight as ourselves until we get beat up a little bit and then we morph. But I'm told that maybe they don't fight as much as ourselves, you know, outside of the help.
Yeah, they don't do it a lot anymore like that now.
That's what I was told, yeah. Which is bad because that was our favorite part. Like we love to fight.
I bet, yeah.
Go through the script and get right to the fight scene, like see what they got in there. But yeah, that was like one of the most fun for us. We really enjoyed the fighting piece. But
yeah, how was it working with Koichi?
Yeah, Koichi's amazing. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not surprised he's moved on and done some much bigger projects and movies.
Oh,
yeah,
man, he's killing it in Japan right now.
Oh, he's my favorite director in Japan right now.
Yeah, he's killing it in Japan right now. I'm happy for him.
I heard. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah, well, he had a lot of time to practice and get it together with the Rangers.
Yeah.
You can like see a bunch of his like stuff go into like all the other stuff that he does like currently. You could like like a certain fight scene. You like that's Koichi right there.
Yep.
You know his style.
And he's probably got a team too. You know, he's probably got the same guys working with him.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Ramon, if you had any questions in the call or anything that are interesting. I can't really see the chat, but I don't know if you got anybody in any interesting.
Actually, we do. We have somebody that's been asking the question. We got Andrew. He's been asking. Question for Selwyn is: when you were recording dialogue for fight scenes against the monsters in the suits, were you with the other actors or were you by yourself?
I was playing by myself. No, I'm just literally. No, but literally, we're in the ADR booth, so we are by ourselves. And what they do is they loop the scene, and they usually give us kind of bring us in. They kind of let us watch it, and then start our dialogue. They'll lead us into the clip with like 3 dots. They're like do, and on the 3rd dot is when you start. And so literally in the box, we're moving and we're doing stuff so we can sound like what we're doing in the helmet. We're literally moving around in the box, kicking, and so we can really get there.
That's cool.
That's awesome. I've always wanted. Cool. I actually have a follow up to that. Have there been any lines that you like ad-libbed or anything in your episodes?
Like tossing salad?
So usually they don't let us ad-lib. Like if we want to go off script, they generally stick to script. But where the looser stuff came in was in ADR when we were by ourselves in the box and maybe, you know, there was sound in the background where we had to do a voiceover. So, or even at the end of Forever Red, when I, you know, said, did I ever tell you guys about the time I was baked in a giant pizza? Some of my most memorable and iconic lines came from the ADR crew that were like, try this line. Let's try throwing this in there. We're here for your salad. That was also an ad lib from the ADR department. They were like, try this. He was like, don't laugh. He was like, say it real serious. I was like, come on. So, he was like, say it like you would if you're arranging. Let's just try it. And sure enough, they used the line. They sent it through because, you know, the producers usually review all the episodes. They let it go. A lot of my most memorable. And usually the ADR crew, you know, with the Rangers, they switch out every couple seasons. So, you know, we're not kind of following along kind of scene.
Right.
Attracted to what they gravitate to. But the ADR people were totally into that. So it was really the masterminds behind a lot of my iconic lines. Like they knew you guys would get a kick out of the pizza line, and I was just like, really, again, really. But he's like, to just say this line here. So you know,
that's awesome. Yeah, I've always wondered about all improvisations and stuff and behind the scenes.
Yeah, we didn't get much of that in the Rangers. I mean, they're really, really kind of strict. I think because half of it's a kids show, and they have a certain. Yeah. So, I mean, we switch or two words the script. You gotta say it this way. You know, they were pretty
right.
Yeah, it wasn't by any stretch.
They legit tell you to say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Make sure you say you're gonna talk this out with your chest out. I'm like, okay, cool. But it's a memorable line. Everybody quote it.
They used to play that episode a lot on reruns too.
So which one? Pizza or
the pizza episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to play that. They used to.
Yeah, such a ridiculous thing. Kind of funny.
I got another question from a chat from a friend, Danny. She asked, "What is something that you learned from Koichi that sticks with you today?"
That's a good question.
That's a good one.
Let me think. I mean, I learned some Japanese, a little Japanese. I learned. Let me think.
What do you know? What do you know in Japanese? I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the
spot. Christopher used to hang out with the stuntman and Koichi a lot more than I did, and the reason was I still lived kind of in LA, the Valley area, out in Santa Cruz, about a 30-minute or so drive. But Chris, they all lived out there, and I think Chris ended up with, Andros. He ended up living like the same apartment building, so he really interacted a bit more than I did. I mean, with Koichi, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, with him, I just trust his, I guess with him, you just trust the guy that knows what he's talking about, Even though I had to want to do something, there was a time I wanted to do like a jumping spinning kick with a stuntman that was like falling off a cliff. He was like, no. Get hurt. Maybe it looked that great, but I wanted to do something like that. But, I guess with him, it's just, trust the guy that has the experience, know what he does, and just, trust his judgment.
Great.
I got a question for you, Selwyn. Speaking, because you mentioned Chris, because I know that Chris is doing Bloodline of the Grid, and somebody in the chat did mention that too. And also the 30th anniversary special is happening next year as well. Are you open to coming back to Power Rangers in in a special role, or like any fan projects about reliving moments of TJ, or discovering what TJ is doing now?
100%. If they ever make the call, I'm always going to say yes. And I've learned from years of being able to go back compared to some actors that had the opportunity. But the main thing to say is yes. That's it. There is no I need this, I need that, or it's just yes.
Word.
I always appreciate you coming back too. So.
For real.
Yes.
They'll go on to the next because there's way too many Rangers to call. So I just say yes, and I shut my mouth.
Good man.
So Hasbro, if you listen to this, maybe not. Selwyn said he's ready. If these 30th anniversary specials are popping, if we can get more specials, Selwyn's open for it. So Hasbro, Netflix. Call him. Please call him.
Please call me. Do it. I would love to go back, but I was going to say, too, with the fan movie. So I will say this about TJ and the character. There's certain things that I'm a little pickier about what I do if it's connected to the TJ, because I just don't want to blemish.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to do weird stuff that kind of leaves a bad impression. Like I prefer, instead of like messing up with the memory, or leave that where it is unless I find something that's pretty good quality, and I have maybe some input a little bit just to make sure I kind of stay in line. I don't want to shake away on purpose just because I want to prove I'm really a bad guy or whatever. I kind of the type where I'll just keep it where it was. I'll keep TJ, and as long as everything else is pretty decent, I'm down. But like I've been talking to Chris about that, and so he would like to work with me. I don't know when or how it's going to happen, but I'm definitely interested. And he's already kind of talked to me. Every time I see him at cons, we're always like, yeah, we're going to start. We haven't done it yet, but, I would be open to do that too. Or any other fan film, as long as it's, pretty good production and not really going to blemish what we got going. Let's do it.
Well, I can see it
I do have a question. So I think somebody mentioned it in the chat. So, would TJ have a master morpher? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Would he? I mean, at this point, I would imagine so. But I mean, I guess that could be a Hasbro or a Saban or a, high question. I like it. Hasbro. I like where you're going with that. I like where you're going with that.
Hey, you already know about 5, so go ahead and just do that, Hasbro. Please just do it. Let's get in one more question. I know you're a busy man. We got make sure you wrap up. Make sure we appreciate your time a lot.
Yeah.
I know Andrew asked another question. It'll be the last question they asked, and that's pretty much his other question about what is your favorite moments working with Roger.
Roger specifically, huh? Mm-hmm. I think on set, an ongoing kind of funny thing is Roger had a bit of an accent. So a lot of times when he lines, sometimes you have to do it over and over to kind of, let his accent or try to show him how to say things. So I think, what was his line? It was, what did he have? Did he have a thunder loader? So yeah,
underloader, downloading, yeah.
So even if you listen to Turbo now, listen when he delivers. To get it to that level, all I'm gonna say.
Oh man,
it's funny because we
knew that immediately.
Oh man, that just blew me out because we mentioned one time about Roger and his delivery, but in the good way. But it's always funny when you hear it because we heard like Thunderloader, Lunar Lance.
Yeah, Lunar Lance. That's another favorite of mine.
Yes. He's a good guy, but he'd have fun with it. But yeah, you usually took a few takes.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, everybody. We weren't able to get to everybody's questions, but I really do appreciate everybody showing up for this stream. Thank you all, Selwyn. Thank you for being here. But just to wrap everything up, we can just tell everybody where to find everybody. 5, you can go ahead and go first where people can find you.
You can find me with the same name, Sentai5, on Twitter, Instagram, and my YouTube is Sentai5 Official. I make Power Ranger fan videos as my little outlet. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Thank you, Ro.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
Do anything for TJ Day today?
I did not, but I put a bunch of clips on my Twitter.
Okay.
Of like my favorite TJ clips and everything.
Okay.
Don't worry. You're still appreciated. It's a whole thread. So
yeah, he does his stuff. So I can tell you that right now. All right, now Ro, you're next, my good sir.
You could find me on YouTube, Role of a Queen Reviews. I just put out a TJ Day video, almost going on 3 hours now. So please go check that out. Yeah, I'm on Twitter, @RollOverQueen_, Instagram, @RollOverQueen_. Yeah, I'll probably go hard this week with the content. Then I'm gonna take a little well-needed break, just so I can rest up and rejuvenate myself because it's been a year creatively. So yeah.
Good. Take a break.
Yes, please take a break.
Gotta reset.
Will do.
Yes, sir.
And then Selwyn, our guest of honor. Any last words, but also where people can find you?
Okay. You know, I have two places. So Facebook, the official Selwyn Ward, and then Instagram, the Selwyn Ward. And maybe I'll get my Twitter back in action. I heard I'm missing out there, so I'll probably fire that back up. But I had a request. I do want to say I appreciate you guys. I do hope we can keep TJ Day going until the point that maybe at some point we'll have a destination where we, come have
great.
Streams. That might be a little off in the future, but at some time, let's do it.
I'm ready.
And then if you could, Ravon, I don't know if we're able to go out with Rollover Queen's video that he posted today. I don't know if you could let that be like our sign off to watch that and end, but I don't know if you could put that together. Cool. If not, I appreciate you guys, and I'll definitely check that out later.
I probably won't be able to because I'm not that my tech. I don't have that big stretch skills. I can put the link in there.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I can definitely put the link in the description so to make sure give my buddy Ro some love because I love Ro.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. But everybody, as you already know where you can find me. You can find me at MrCooper92 on YouTube. You can find me at MrCooper92 on Twitter, and then on TikTok you can find me at MrCooper992. I am still finding somebody who took MrCooper92, and I will find you. I will find you. But thank you all for being here. Thank you all for showing up, and happy TJ Day, everybody. And we'll see you all next year for the next TJ Day. So peace out, deuces, and good luck and goodbye.
Thanks, guys.
All right, goodbye.